Hey, if you're watching this video and you haven't hit the like button yet, what the zog are you playing at?
Seriously?
Hey guys, and welcome to this product review with myself, 6 Plus Stevo. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at this fella. This is the Pirate Ork Weirdboy from Greenskin Brothers. So yes, this is not a GW miniature. This is a third-party alternative. And I'm going to say straight away, I much prefer this to GW's Weirdboy. Not that there's anything particularly wrong with GW's Weirdboy himself. He's an okay miniature. I've never particularly liked the way the grot hangs off his base with the chain. It's a bit strange looking, and he's okay, but there are better alternatives out there, and this definitely being one of them. So yeah, Greenskin Brothers. They're a very small company, very small. They've only got a small selection of miniatures that they produce, but they're pretty damn cool looking. They produce a few different things for the orcs and some other factions as well. You can find them on Facebook. They have a page called Mad Doc Lab. They trade through eBay, but at the time of making this video, their eBay store seems to be closed, so I'm not sure if they're still in business. I don't know what's going on there. It could be because of the current climate and the things going on. It most probably has a lot to do with that, and hopefully they will start trading again after that. But he retails for $25, so he's not exactly cheap, but is he worth it? Well, on the basis of the sculpt alone and how cool this miniature looks, I would say yes. What I will say though with this miniature is the quality of the resin it's not the best I've come across. It's far from the worst either. It's certainly better than Failcast, that's for sure. But it's very, very brittle. And actually, in doing the cleanup on this miniature, I broke one of his nails. That little ball you can see off his sort of antenna coming out of his head, that broke off. The one out of the jaw of his staff that's sticking out of the skull there, that also broke off. It's a very brittle resin, so during the cleanup you have to be so incredibly careful, like really, really careful. And I obviously wasn't, but I was able to repair those with a little bit of super glue and stuff, and you can't see the damage at all. Luckily they were quite clean snaps. I was able to save the little part before it went missing, and very carefully with a pair of tweezers make the repairs. So no real harm done. The cleanup side of things as well, there was a fair bit. There was quite a bad bit of slippage. There was some pretty bad mold lines and bits on it. But if you're used to working with resin and things, this probably won't be a problem with you. I would say to like a beginner or someone that's never worked with resin before, it's a little bit tricky. But look, all the work and all the mishaps were well worth it, because I'm just so pleased with him. I'm so pleased with him. And look, I'm that pleased with him, I even painted him. Yes, me, 6 Plus Stevo, the guy that never paints anything. I painted him. And he was a pleasure to paint, an absolute pleasure to paint. I will say the addition of these little mushrooms, they do not come with the miniature. They are out of the Age of Sigmar squig box. You get a few little toadstools and mushrooms in there, and I just thought it would be really cool to add those to his base, and just to add a little bit of variety and stuff to it. And I'm really pleased with how they've come out, actually. And I just imagine this guy as he's, going around getting off his head, eating mushrooms, that mushrooms are just sprouting up around him because of all the wire energy that's emanating from him. And I just thought it was a nice little touch to add something a little bit different to the base and make him look, well, a bit more weird. He does come with his own base that comes supplied with him. I didn't particularly like it though. It's supposed to be like waves and things crashing up like round a rock, because like I say, he's a pirate. All their orc miniatures that Greenskin Brothers produce seem to be pirates. And I don't know, I just thought the quality of the bass, you can see some bits there. I wasn't overly impressed with it myself, and I prefer to use GW basses even when using third-party miniatures anyway, just to tie them all together. But that's completely optional. He also came with a couple of little glyphs, which I haven't put on him. He's got one that's supposed to go on his sort of that black shoulder strap there, just here, and then one that goes on the staff as well, just some small little glyphs with some symbols on them. I'll be honest, guys, I don't actually know where they are. They're in my bits box, buried deep within the bowels of that bits box, and I did not want to go hunting for them because they are tiny and they're mixed in there with all sorts of other bits at the moment. So, yeah. But if you go onto their Facebook page, you'll be able to see those bits yourself. And they're quite cool. I just chose to keep them off to use them for a future project. But let's turn this guy around so we can take a bit of a closer look at him. I'll swivel him around. Now, he's there's the back end of him as well, and you see another toadstool there. He's got just a really awesome feral look to him. I love the sort of the barbarian type furs, the straps around the feet, and yeah, for me he's obviously going to be Bad Moon, so I was able, just with the little bits of armor and stuff and the little band around his wrist, add that little bit of yellow to tie him in with the rest of my army. And yeah, he's just got so many cool details. In particular, as you can see on the top of his head there is an exposed brain, which is held in just about with some straps and metal plating and things. So he has had some kind of lobotomy or something done on him, or he's suffered some kind of wound and had some bionics implanted, but not finished. Yeah, so but it's just cool. I love him. I love the bulging eye. He's got a really mad, psychotic look on his face. And yeah, he is going to take pride of place in my Ork army. And I've got two sort of smaller weird boys that I've already sort of converted from Age of Sigmar. Orks, the Savage Orks. They always, for me, they're a little bit too small. But what I think I'll do is when I use them, they'll be weird boys. And when I use him, he'll be a warp head. So it will explain his sort of slightly larger size and things. And he is big, guys, as well. I'm going to say he is big. He is on par with the Ork War Boss in terms of scale. So usually weird boys around sort of knob size and that. This guy takes it a bit further, so it does scale him up nicely. So he is quite a large, imposing model. And yeah, I just think he's awesome, guys. I think he's awesome. And I really do hope that the Greenskin Brothers are still in business, because I've noticed a couple of other items on there. There's quite a cool looking squig I might have to purchase off them. But yeah, there you go, guys. So please share your thoughts below. Let me know what you think of this guy. Do you think he's better than the GW Weird Boy, or are there any other third-party Weird Boys that you want to talk about? I know there's a few companies out there that produce them. If you know any of the others, please share in the comment section below. But for now, guys, this review is over, and this is 6+ Stevo signing out.